Don't be shy to ask. They don't mind. Go.
Wait for this. You guys. Hello. So for the entrepreneurs in the crowd, because you guys mentioned funding and this PDAX and Polkadot, so you guys can link us with like funding for startups or stuff like that?
That's more on grants. You're talking about the grants. Yeah, so...
Or how about like investing? Like investing in companies?
Yeah. Actually, that's the recent changes that we are having in Polkadot, right? Because our foundation, we were distributing grants, but now we're changing into investments. Because grants, siguro, it's not working so well in terms of the milestones or whatever, but that's something that we want to explore with the foundation. But also we also have some projects in the ecosystem that give funding, right? So it depends on what you're building. You're building DeFi or AI project. It really depends, and so that's where we can forward with the different paths. Because of course, with the foundation, it's quite more strict.
Cool. What about PDAX?
So we don't, as an organization, we don't invest in projects, but being in the community like me, I know there are a lot of opportunities here, like Polkadot is here. I think there's people from a bunch of other chains here that you can meet who give grants to projects. I know Base is active in the Philippines, CoreDAO is active in the Philippines, ICT is a sponsor in this event. I know they give grants too. So there's a lot of opportunity in the Philippines. I know Polygon gives grants, diba? That's so ang daming layer 2s, and I think Solana is also active here. They have a team here. There's a lot of opportunity, but Polkadot's right here. Maybe you should talk to the community and join more of these events.
Cool, awesome, thank you very much.
For the fees po ng PDAC, why is it so high compared to international studies? And also, I just want to be real. And also, for the yung and also, is it possible that you will provide proof of reserve so we cannot trust our government?
Sure. Very good questions, and I'm here to answer. Bakit nga ba mataas ang spread or ang fees sa local exchanges? And I encourage you guys to. Luis posted about this a long time ago, and I was enlightened. There is a cost to compliance. There's a cost to being licensed. It's not free. First of all, you need to have an office here. You're required to have a face-to-face office. Renta na agad yun. We're not allowed to just work from home, or even if we work from home, we're still required to operate in an office here. These are just one of the few of the many requirements of being a VASP licensed exchange, and there are more regulations coming. That's one. We're required to have a data privacy officer. We're required to have a legal team, a risk team. These are all part of the regulation to be a licensee, and at the same time, these come with costs. That's one. Number two, we pay taxes, for every revenue we make. We give back to the government. We have mayor's permit, barangay permit, lahat po ng negosyo. Alam natin yan. So, we are just, I think, being business-minded. It's not a charity. There has to be, with the cost to comply, we also have to make money rin naman. And, whether that's fair or not fair, or, that's, if you don't want to trade, it's okay. Pero kami, we just want to be compliant.
Thank you for the questions. Before anything else, I'd like to ask James Renove to join us on stage. Tama. We're about to wrap up. Because of that, you either want to answer the last question. What would you advise to those who are looking to enter Web3 space?
Yun yung question na. Anyway, hi guys, good morning. GM. So, siguro for the beginners, I would say, start small. Yeah. Anything that you wanted to begin with, you should start small. Diba? Hindi siya go big and go home. Well, like, believe it or not, my story is very relevant to the question. Nag-start ako mag-trade before. Trading. I went to trading before anything else. And then I traded when I resigned from my job. I actually got redundated way back 2019. And I started trading back then. Natatalo ako, nasusunog yung pera ko. Believe it or not, I started my trading journey with $70 in my pocket. $70 na akong sweldo, and that's what I started to grow. So I would say to everyone, lalo na yung mga bago, we don't need to actually go big and go home. That's not the key here. The key is to start small and one step at a time. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, advice. Advice to people starting pa lang, learn basic fundamentals like cost averaging, for example. Learn financial literacy muna, the very basics of financial literacy. No, ilang percent ang needs, ilang percent ang wants, ilang percent ang investments, di ba? And then learn cost averaging, learn the basic fundamentals. Buy a few books, watch a few documentaries, and join several communities. Yan ang matutulong ko.
Sabi mo na eh. So yes, well, number one, to educate yourself. Like, what is crypto number one? I think there's a lot of people here that didn't start there, And then second, show up, join a lot of events, join a lot of meetups. Kahit hindi nyo kilala, even if you don't know the hosts, or it's not in your direct interest, just go, right? And, expose yourself, because that's when you will see more like, what really interests you? Are you really into for trading or for building, or kung sino yung mga who you need to know, right? You will meet people here that would eventually help you. Who knows? But yeah, I agree to educate yourself first.
And I think that's why when you think about it, it's appropriate that they call it Web3. It's a web, right? So the web encompasses so many things. You end up attending an event because you were peripherally interested, and you find out that it's a web, and it allows you to branch out into other things which may align more with what's your passion. So again, I'd like to thank our panelists, Patricia, Harry, James, for joining us today, and enjoy the rest of the evening.